I try to type, it give me numbers.
Word. I don't know, cause I did this shit right the first time like we ever did this, and then I just thought I was acting fucking stupid because Wes just sent that dumbass password, so I thought it was gonna be that short one, and I don't know why. I just did.
Nah, I don't even know what's talking. Wes said I'm in here and just send some numbers. Don't go.
Oh, he in here now. Hold on, let me admit him real quick. I hit record.
I didn't know there was a password to this.
Yeah, that's how people be getting in on the Zoom calls when niggas be in like school and shit and be doing crazy shit, funny shit.
Yeah, I thought you just needed that meeting ID, but a password makes sense.
Yeah, all right. Damn, I'm the only motherfucker still on FaceTime. Okay. What's good, y'all?
What up?
Where Wes at? Oh, there Wes go.
There you go.
I couldn't see. Just doing that thing where like a nigga talking and show somebody else.
Yeah, switch back and forth. Nigga hair get mad long.
Yeah, this shit long as fuck, dog.
Damn, looking like
you
didn't play house party, nigga.
Nah, you would look crazy with a haircut now, though. That's funny.
I would.
You got a haircut. I'd be like, damn, nigga head.
I've been going to shit for like a year and almost like a year and a half almost now.
Yeah, I had to go back to the basics real quick. I'm not getting a cut this whole month though. We're gonna see how that go. I'm gonna thug it out. No cut.
Word up. I need you. I want to see you. I want to see you cut this. I know you're not gonna do it, but
my face hair.
I ain't seen you bald like here in a minute.
Nah, I got
pictures. I got pictures of you like without nothing. I'm like, yo, that shit look crazy, bro.
Yeah, nah, it do though. It really do though. I almost cut it last week because I thought like it would help it grow in fuller, but Rad was like, nah, like that's not gonna do anything. Like you just gotta keep using your oil and like whatever the fuck you've been doing, pretty much. I was like, all right, yo, fuck it, I'm not cutting it. Honestly, I don't want to cut it.
Yeah, nah, it rock with you. It definitely go with you. Like, make you look older.
Yeah, nah.
You like a little ass boy when you cut that shit off. But yeah, yo,
I do look older though.
Speaking of that, it's funny because I got a blue moon, man. I don't be drinking like that. Like literally, it's probably like the third time I've drank in 2020, and I'm just having a drink now. Like when I drink now, like it's literally only blue moon, and it's because it tastes good to me. Like I know you don't like beer, Marcus. I don't know about you, Wes, but like it just tastes good. Yeah. And I was fucking I always get ID, bro. And I used to be mad as hell when I got
a bad thing.
It's exactly. I used to be mad when I got ID, but now it's like word. Like I love getting ID because it makes me know that I'm still, you know what I'm saying, niggas still young out here. I used to hate that shit.
I don't get
bro, I don't
really get ID like that.
I used to get ID. Yo, I got ID at the movies until like 22.
Bro, I get ID forever.
ID at the movies?
Bro, at the movies for a rated R movie, I'm like, yo, y'all still do that shit?
I used to get
first of all
ID for that, like way back in the day. In college, I used to get ID in the movie theater.
Yo, that shit's crazy to me. Like I used to get offended. Now, when I go to the liquor store, I really don't go. Like literally, it's probably the third time I've drank in 2020. I'll be like, when they ID me, I'll be like, word. I'll be happy for that ID. Like, yeah, I'm still young looking.
Here y'all go.
You said what happened?
I said, here y'all go, my ID.
For real. Shit, man. But nah.
That's cool.
Who's that?
Nah, I'm about to talk about the blue moon real quick. I was like, yo, like, it's funny because, like, you and Joe, the only two people I really know. Like, I don't drink beer just because, like, it never really fucking enticed me. Like, every time I had to drink a beer, it was free. But, like, I had like, I ain't paying for beer. Like, Coronas I used to get from parties and shit like that. But, like, beer I never liked beer. Blue Moon not bad, though. Like I said, you and Joe put me onto that. I just never really, I would never go out my way and order a Blue Moon unless we was drinking beers.
Hell no. Nah. Blue Moon.
I'm saying, like,
my thing is, yo, I feel like a lot of people lied to themselves growing up. Because we used to drink Grey Goose. I don't know where the fuck we was getting Grey Goose. Bacardi,
cabinet.
What's the one Bacardi shit that was like, yo, it was at every high school party, the red Bacardi apple or whatever the fuck it was.
The raspberry was everything.
Raspberry. We used to drink Fireball. Like
Ciroc.
Y'all, I never was drinking like that in high school.
I
never was drinking like that.
But I'm saying, like, we was drinking heavy And that shit was always nasty to me. But
Yeah,
you know
liquor
what?
always been nasty.
I just want it, but I hate when people be like, yo, I'm drinking Henny. This Henny good. Like, what are you talking about?
Man,
Henny
first
nasty.
of all,
It's
yo,
all nasty.
It's
nah,
all
that shit
nasty.
foul, yo. Look, if you drink liquor straight nowadays, like really from the bottle, like a savage, like that shit crazy to me. Like
Bro, and that's what
you,
we doing, bro, at 14,
but like
15,
at
16.
15, 16, okay, you is a savage because you're not
Niggas
even
is
supposed to be
wild.
drinking.
For real.
You're not even supposed to be drinking, so you are a little savage. But when you 25, bro, you getting Henny and you drinking that shit from the bottle, like
What are you doing?
what is like, nigga, you'll get a little glass and have a little sip of cognac if that's what you
Y'all
want to
funny
do.
as hell. Hold on.
Niggas, oh, he got a bottle of Henny
Hen dog.
within hand. What is
That
that?
do say.
Do say?
This what I've been on.
I ain't
Bro,
been
I don't
none of
even,
that, bro. I
man,
don't
I
drink
haven't. Man, hard liquor, yo, is not
Nah.
my wave. I'll drink a margarita though.
If I'm a sip, I usually sip some dark and that's it. I don't really drink heavy, but if I'm a sip, I'm gonna sip on some cognac. But I'm not trying to get drunk though. That's the thing. Like I'm just trying to sip, like to feel cool. Like,
Get a
I'm
little
not.
buzz.
Yeah,
Just get a
exactly.
little,
I'm not
just get a
trying
little
to
buzz. You ain't trying
But
to be out here wilding.
We used to
Exactly.
drink back in the day for one purpose only.
niggas used to get fucked up.
For no, but
For what though?
what was the reason? We used to be wild.
Hey
Like,
yo, for
Just because
what
it was
though?
there.
I
Because
remember
it was
dragging.
Tuesday
I
night.
remember I dragged you, like nigga West. I dragged you in your house one day,
Bro, I was
and
fucked
you
up that
almost
night.
died,
I
bro.
know exactly what you're talking about. I was fucked up
This
that
nigga
night.
West was on his back, yo. Like, and it's crazy because I was on his couch, fucked up. He's on his back like this.
Like, but trying to throw up, but like, I was
And
on
I
my
looked
back.
over at him. I say, yo, Wes, you good? That nigga said, yo, I had to fall off the couch. Grab this nigga by his shirt and throw him over.
Bro, I remember that shit like
Hey
it was
yo.
yesterday. And at some point in the night, I blacked out and don't remember the rest of the night. And then you filled me in the next day.
Nigga, you fell asleep with your head in the toilet.
Yeah, I blacked out at some point. But that night, I really did almost die that night. That shit was crazy.
Yo, it really was. And I'm like, yo, I didn't even know you was, but you got to think, we was about $120, $130, $140 back then.
Bro.
Yeah,
And we was
lightweight.
drinking hard. Like, we really was 300 pounds.
Empty stomachs.
No, empty. You know he wasn't eating.
Empty stomachs? Yo, was that?
I remember the walk home, bro, to my crib. I was
Yeah.
fucked up on the walk. I remember being fucked up on
I
the walk.
did that.
And I remember I kept
remember-
asking you, like, are you good? You good? And then as soon as we got in that house, it was over, bro.
I was done as soon as we got inside, dog. I was straight for the walk, and then we got in the crib. It was a wrap.
I remember the first time I drank some alcohol. I was across the street, and what you call it? His mom had left some out. Like she left it like she had like a whole little bar. Like so, like she just had it out there. I guess she thought like they know better not to do that.
Yeah.
And I was curious. I was like, yo, man, like, what does this taste like? It was like a little drop of Henny in this bottle, yo. It was damn near empty. Like looking at it now, that shit was empty, but it had like a little left at the bottom.
Yeah.
Like not even like a sip worth. And like I just took it and I poured it in my mouth. And then like, bro, I thought I drank bleach. I was like, yo, what? Because like I thought maybe she was cleaning the bottle out for something. I'm like, yo, why is that shit burning my chest like that? Like, but then like it was crazy because what happened was I was like, man, after I got over that initial taste, I was like, that shit ain't so bad. Filled the fucking red cup to the brim.
That's exactly what we tell ourselves, though.
That shit ain't so bad. Next thing you know, I woke up in my throw up on the nigga couch. I'm like, damn, yo. Luckily, I was only across the street. I went home all types of fucked up the next morning. My mom like, what happened to you? Stomach ache.
Grow up.
I was like, stomach ache.
You know what's funny about all of this? Bro, we about to be 30, and it's still people on that time.
Bro, heavy.
Yo.
Heavy. I'll be like, yo, I look at it like this. From 14 to 24, that's 10 years. I had my fun with drinking.
Yes.
And not weed too, for me. Like drugs in general. Like I had my fun with doing different things. And I feel like at a certain age, it's time to like, okay, come back to reality. You had your fun. Now it's time for business. Time to get some shit done. Shit. But people be bugging like,
bro, I tell people that same
because
thing.
now now you got to think about it like it's more because life catching up, and we're not getting no younger. And a lot of times people use things like weed and drinking to like almost get away from what's really being asked of them in their life. Like, escape,
Yeah.
just like, just to get away for the weekend, just to have fun with the friend. That's cool, but like it's like now you got to find out like you said, I only really drank something like what you said twice this year or something like that.
Yeah, maybe 3 times.
Like moderation, you feel me? Like you doing it in moderation though. Like you're not doing it every fucking day. You're not doing it every weekend. You moderating it. Like, okay, like I haven't drank all in 2020. I haven't drank it all in 2020. Now I'm just having one drink. Like people drink. I don't understand how people drink every weekend. I don't get it. Every night, people be like, "Oh, after the day I had, I need this."
I get it. My whole thing is
I do and I don't
understand that shit because it's like, if that's what you've been doing, like I just said from 14 to 24. And it's crazy from 14 to 25.
It becomes a habit. That is crazy.
You do it maybe 2 times a week. Because, when you're young, like, you got to really plan that shit. Like, it be planned around the whole week. Like, on Monday, you know that you're going to get drunk on Saturday. Because you got to find the person who go buy it. And you got to do a whole plan that shit out. But as you get older, it's like you just keep doing that shit. Eventually, you don't even think it's a problem. You're like, man, this is just what I do.
Especially if everybody around you is doing it too. You definitely don't see it as a problem. It's just like we all just doing this shit.
For real. Like, my thing is, in society, when you turn 21, like, that's what you do. Like, that's what you're supposed to do. We don't have much culture in America, but like that's American culture.
The rite of passage.
For real. You turn 21, drinks on me.
Nah, real shit.
My first birthday, I didn't pull $1 out of my pocket.
But here's the thing, though. Want to know how deeply embedded in our culture is? Like you said, B, like when you turn 21, here's a drink. Like the first thing, like if you usually have some type of father figure in your life or like an uncle or something, when you hit 21, the first thing they want to do is get you, you know what I'm saying, get you lit.
I must have been a fucking cornball because on our 21st birthday, I was at fucking Fridays with my fucking having dinner. I wasn't doing nothing. But like I didn't care to get drunk though. That's the thing. Like I never cared. So niggas already knew Marcus wasn't drinking on his 21st birthday because I didn't give a fuck.
My problem was this. My cousin was a heavy drinker. And we used to go to MJ's, Neptune. And
that'd be the worst too.
He said, I never forget it because it was before I joined the military. He was like, yo, if you go out with me every weekend, you don't have to pay for nothing. All you have to do is match me when I drink.
I know exactly what you're talking about. Shout out to Cuz.
Yeah, word up, Reese. Reese was like, yo, all you gotta do is drink. If you drink with me, it's cool. I'll cover everything. And yo, it was no lie. That was like an oath we made at MJ when I turned 21. Bro, every weekend, he dished out, I took, and we got tore up. I went from 170 pounds. I went to basic training at 205. I gained 35 pounds.
Wait, how much was you?
I was 170 pounds, bro.
You was 170 pounds. You went up to 205 because you was drinking every weekend?
Bro, smashing shit.
That's crazy, dog.
And it wasn't even every weekend. Like, it was the days and the weekdays. We was just drinking to drink. And it was fun as shit. Like, I wouldn't trade it. But when that's what you continue to do, like, that's a fucking problem.
It becomes a cycle. It becomes
exactly, because then I got into the military, and it went from, okay, I did that. Now I'm in the military. I'm back in shape, whatever. Now I get to my unit, and that's all you do is drink. That's why I said to 24, because I think I was like 21, 22. So then I had another 2 years of just drinking in the military, because they really get down. Like, they get down to the whole nother level. So it's just like after that, man, I was like, man, drinking is fucking corny. Like, we done did it. Like,
drinking.
It's on to the next, man. Like,
that's how I felt with it. On to the next, like, and plus, bro, I'm not gonna lie. It's never fun the next day. The next day is never.
Oh
fun.
my god.
Never.
The
It's
morning
never,
after?
the next day is never a good time. So it's like, bro, I genuinely got tired of that, bro. Like, I'm not even gonna lie. Like, I got tired of waking up, headache, stomach hurting, like feeling like you don't know when you're gonna throw up. You might throw up, you're not sure. Like, you know, you don't want to eat.
Not even just the hangover. It's funny you said that because I was gonna say like I get depressed. Like
Me and Wes both did the same. Niggas said,
real, bro. I mean, I used to get drunk and like I wouldn't even have a hangover, but I'll wake up and that whole day I get nothing done.
Feel less of yourself.
I'm questioning because it's a depressant. Like I'm questioning.
Yeah, it's a depressant. So it's like that's why like when you overconsume, it has that effect on you. Anything like that, because you think about it, the chemicals that release from your brain when you drinking, when you using toxins like that, like those things magnify the amount of dopamine that come out of your brain. So like when you crash, nigga, like you on crash because your brain naturally can't produce that much dopamine.
You operate at a low frequency.
Yeah, but when you on something like that, it magnifies it. You feel me? Like now, next thing you know, you on a cloud 9 one day, and then the next day you fucked up.
For real, bro. But what I can say, and something that's still not legal, I don't understand how it's not legal. Like everywhere, is weed. Like I would smoke weed, and I had the best sleep. I had the best morning. You know what I'm saying? I wake up a nigga hungry as hell. I get me a good meal. I don't think I ever woke up off weed and was like, I go to sleep like that. Like I've smoked way too much to the point where like I know like I'm tweaking. I'm a tweaker. I don't give a fuck. I'm a tweaker. That's why I fuck with J. Cole, because J. Cole always dropping some lines for the niggas who be tweaking. Like we paranoid as fuck. Oh, that's me, bro.
Pac do that too. Tupac used to do that all the time.
What?
He be like paranoid from the weed. He used to always, hey yo, nigga, Tupac used to be tweaking, bro. Hey yo, Tupac used to be.
Hey yo, Marcus said,
that's really how that nigga sound though. That's really how he sound.
Hey yo, Pac had a unique ass, crazy ass voice, bro. Certain rappers have crazy ass voices, but for real, like weed, the fact that weed isn't legalized today everywhere makes no sense. Like the fact that I can go to the liquor store and grab whatever I want, how much of whatever I want, drink until I fucking can't breathe.
Die, nigga. Drink until you can die, literally.
There's no tab on it. Like it's not like they keep your receipt and then tomorrow they're like, hey, you bought X amount of beer, you can't buy any. Like you buy whatever you want and get fucked up and like you said, die, hop on the road, do something crazy. But weed has been proven to help people. And let's keep it real. Not everybody's smoking weed for the benefits that they give you. A lot of motherfuckers are smoking weed because they want to laugh, giggle, and escape some shit, just like alcohol. But it's a different escape, and I feel like it's a better escape.
In my opinion, it's a less risky escape. Like as someone who's definitely done both, I still really smoke a lot. Like when I'm high, I'm in full control of myself. When I'm drunk, you're not in full control of yourself.
Yeah.
I think like my brain is not impaired when I'm high. Like when you're drunk, your brain is impaired, literally. Like you cannot function the same.
Yeah.
Functioning like I feel like, you know, when I'm high, it made me think about shit in ways I did. It changes my perspective on certain shit.
Yeah.
If anything.
You said
yeah. But I will agree that like just like with anything, if you overdo it, it can make you not want to do shit.
Yeah, nah. That's why I truly believe when they say too much of anything is bad for us, because that's really true though.
Too much of
Like
anything.
that's real talk. Like you can't have too much of anything in this world and think it's gonna have a positive outcome. That's why, you know, they mandate and regulate things because we are addictive beings. So like shit get cool and fun, and next thing you know, we get conditioned to having that stuff. And that's why you go through withdrawals and all that type of crazy shit when you talk about drugs and alcohol, like, but with anything in life, food too. Fuck it, nigga. You eat too much fucking food all the damn time and you don't eat for 3 hours, you gonna feel it.
Yeah.
Like it's crazy how that worked though. But not everybody looks at it that way. Some people just be like, "Oh, I'm just having fun, or I'm just eating, or I'm just, YOLO, living my best life, more life." People
Also,
be
think the
fucking
bullshit
stupid.
too behind weed, that like weed is a gateway drug. It's some bullshit too. Like, bro,
Hell no.
I've never gotten high and said, "Yo, let me stick this needle on my arm."
No, for real, bro. Never, ever, ever crossed my mind.
I've heard people argue like, "Yo, like it's people they get high so much they build up a tolerance for it to where they don't get high anymore and they look for another high." I'm like, bro, I've never heard that from any smoker ever.
I'm
Like
not gonna lie. I smoke.
opioids and like shit like that, that's different. Like you're definitely gonna be attacked. It's heroin already.
Exactly.
You know what
I
I'm saying?
feel like if you need something that strong, it's only a matter of time before you get to it, anyways, regardless of whether you did weed or anything else first. Like me, you're right. The more you do smoke, if you smoke all day, every day, it's gonna be to a point where your tolerance will get higher. All you gotta do is take a break. Take a
Literally
break.
Yeah, nah.
break.
Take a
But some
fucking
people,
break. Like
but some people can't do that though. That's the thing. Some people can't take a break.
and that's where it becomes unhealthy to where you might have a personality that's addictive to where you can
Hmm.
get hooked on literally anything. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's not
Yeah.
weed, it's not the weed's fault. That's just you gotta understand who you are and understand how you operate and what things you can do and what things you can't do, and your limitations on certain things.
Yeah. That whole gateway shit needs to be debunked, bro. I mean, that's fucking bullshit.
Yeah, no,
Yeah, nah,
that
I don't
is
think
crazy.
because I
Baby,
don't think we not that type of. It's not that powerful. Like it's not like you might just be that weak, but
yeah.
like I done seen like weed don't make you fucking suck dick for weed.
Yeah, nah.
Like selling babies, like
Yeah. Like that one video
steal.
where the guy was like, he was a functioning crackhead. And he was like, yo, like, I've did some crazy shit for that drug. You know, I've seen some crazy shit for that drug. Like people literally leaving their babies in crack houses.
Yes. People will do some
For custody.
wild shit.
Like, yo, I'll come back. And if I don't come back, you can have her. You can have her.
Yeah, bro.
What?
Like like
You can
wild shit
have
like
her.
that, literally.
You can have her.
You
As
can
if that nigga want that
That's
baby.
not funny, but
As if the drug dealer wants the baby. You can have her.
And this same motherfuckers talking about gateway and all this had coke spoons around their goddamn neck back in the day, back in the 80s, sniffing that.
Fucking face full of cocaine.
yeah, bro, I've been smoking weed for a long time, and I don't have times where like I took breaks here and there because my tolerance done got high, but I ain't never thought to myself, let me escalate to nothing more than this.
I wonder what heroin's like.
I never ever ever dawned to want to try none of that shit ever in my life.
That shit because anything that can make you sell your fucking house, sell your family,
Man, throw your whole life away.
throw your whole life away. I don't want to put because I believe it.
That's strong, dog. Weed ain't really that strong.
Talking, I believe it. When they say, "Yo, don't ever do that shit," I'm like, I won't. You got my motherfucking word. I'm
Yeah,
never. You feel me?
you don't
Yeah,
gotta show
nah.
me shit.
You
Cause
gotta show
what
me.
you
Tell me shit.
what you going like? Cause like I don't know. I don't really know what gets people to that point. I don't know if you got curiosity in some people like, oh, I was curious. Oh, some of my friends did it and they told me try it. Like I don't know what pushes people to that point.
It
But
usually
like
probably is curiosity.
it,
I was
it
about
is
to say it's gotta be some type of curiosity.
some of it can be genetics though, because people do suffer from like addictive personalities and chemical imbalances that they may have picked up on from their parents who did drugs. And now they may be dealing with, or they might have saw their parents doing
That's
drugs.
true,
And
true.
now they do them because they normalize that type of stuff because they saw it their whole lives. Now, not everybody normalizes using drugs because their parents and people around them use drugs, but it's not a surprise that people do that. Like, you know what I mean? Because like I never grew up and saw anybody in my family do drugs. Like nobody, not even smoke a cigarette. I barely saw them drink liquor. So like that's why I grew up and was like, I'm not doing that shit. Like I don't need to. And
See,
like even now,
my shit is this. Like, I was smoking cigarettes at 7 years old. Like, I was smoking cigarettes at 7 years old. I was smoking Black and Miles, down to the goddamn plastic. Because like that's just what we did. We was wilding, you know what I'm saying? Like we was in that culture where like that was just the fucking thing to do. We made it a thing to do. I didn't grow up and become a druggie. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's why I said everybody. But some of the people you know probably did,
Yeah, probably.
or
Good
went to
point.
jail, or went to jail because of drugs,
Yeah.
like,
And
or got killed because of drugs. Like,
we was
so like
literally,
you don't.
bro, we was taking cigarettes from like, so like I remember back in the day, McDonald's used to have this sand thing that people would put their cigarettes in, and
I know exactly what you're talking about.
yeah, like this a little sand thing, and you like put your cigarettes to put it out, and they would like put whole cigarettes in there. It's back when like cigarettes, hundreds wasn't that much money. Like cigarettes now are running a whole bunch of money, but back then people was just giving away cigarettes. We would wait around the corner. We was some fucking mischievous ass niggas. Wait around the corner, bro. Wait for them to put that shit away. See the coast is clear, and go grab a cigarette and smoke it. Now that I'm grown, I'm like, yo, we was tweaking because
Got little
these
fiends.
motherfuckers
Real crackheads.
all on. Yo, for real, bro. They got me
Hey
laughing
yo,
at this shit.
niggas was
They got
doing the most for a bogey.
Bro, I was
All that for a bogey.
7.
Wow,
was 7.
yo.
But it's
That's
crazy because
crazy.
clearly at that age, like you're not even old enough to really understand what the fuck you're even doing. Like you're just clearly doing it because that's what everyone else is doing at that age.
Yeah, by that age, it was normalized for you.
Exactly. And
Like, it was
that's
nothing.
crazy. Because you're not even thinking like, okay, this is a cigarette, it's got nicotine in it. If I keep, you know what I'm saying? It's got tobacco. If I keep
Yeah,
smoking,
nigga.
like, you're
Even
not even
nigga.
thinking that at all.
Yo, West, what's crazy is though he was 7, but like niggas 35 don't even think that. Niggas 40, 50. Niggas don't think that when you doing. I know. Y'all gotta die one day.
Yeah.
That's really how they be though.
But I guess
yeah.
like that's why I understand why people in these and in poverty, like in these areas, get into what they get into, and because you're in it so young. It's like,
Well, I mean, I was gonna say you talk about poverty and like, I mean, if you grow up in a low income area, your fucking chances of success are they make it that way. Like
yeah.
they make it that way.
But I
This
just know by
scheme is
firsthand, like it really is normal to wake up, go steal bikes, drink, smoke cigarettes, just do mischievous shit because that was what the fun was. Like in certain neighborhoods, there's no parks and shit like that.
and I'm not even gonna lie,
Yo,
like
the difference.
being a little young mischievous nigga, I can't even say the word. I can't even say the word, but being young and reckless like that, being young and reckless like that, like I could remember my mindset. I ain't gonna lie, like I'm not even thinking about repercussions. I'm not even thinking about tomorrow I'm gonna get in trouble. I'm literally thinking like, yo, this shit sounds like a good time right now.
It's a rush.
It's exactly like you think about right now. Like the mindset, not even like, yo, if I get caught, I'm gonna be in trouble tomorrow. Like you thinking about today.
Thinking about
that moment.
Thinking
Exactly. That's it.
You're not even thinking about what's going to happen later on today. You just thinking about right here, right now.
You thinking about
what we finna do.
Thinking about getting away with it. You're thinking like it's funny. That's when people be the most optimistic when they doing wild shit. They thinking about like,
because when you're not doing things like that, self-esteem is not the highest. I'm gonna keep it a bean. Like you're not thinking that highly of yourself. You're not thinking that highly of your environment or the people around you. None of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
doing shit.
Yeah, see, and it's crazy because like you had mentioned about no parks being in certain areas. Like, well, like when I do DoorDash in areas around here, sometimes you can see the difference in some neighborhoods that people make 60K and up a year versus people that make 30K or less a year. Like, you go to certain neighborhoods, I swear the sunshine different, the grass be greener. Like, you really be like, damn. People be outside running, like in the
a whole
summertime,
different energy, real shit.
Yeah, you see people running around the neighborhood, biking, fishing, kids in the park. Like you go to certain areas, like closer to where I live at, or like where y'all live at, or like came from, whatever. It's different. Niggas just be posted up, smoking, posted up, selling, posted up, doing,
Fighting.
like just posted up, fighting, stealing.
It's some
playing,
kids
but
in
like
suburbs have never even seen like a fight take place until they older.
Oh
That's
yeah,
crazy.
nah. If they ever see a fight take place, it's crazy though because like honestly, I I wouldn't want it to be either way, but I really wouldn't want it to be like I would want to. You gotta. I don't know. I feel like both like ways of living have their own lives though. Like people who are sheltered like that live a lie.
They do.
People who grew up in struggle also live a partial lie. The struggle is real, but like the lie is that like there's nothing but struggle in your life. Like people really will succumb to that. Like, oh, I'm just gonna struggle forever. I've never seen anybody do anything else. Like that's a lie.
You got to get up out of that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You got to find. It comes to a point where you got to find a way because nobody's gonna push you in that direction because they don't want to go in that direction. So you got to find a way to get in that direction. And usually that is
It's
sports.
a balance, like Marcus. Like it's a good point, Marcus. It's like a balance. Like each side has its half reality, half like false reality.
yeah.
You
Like
gotta
yo,
find your balance between the two.
Yeah.
yeah, because B, you a perfect example of that. You went from fucking where are you from? Williamson? No,
Wilmington.
I was all over Delaware, but Wilmington, yeah, I was in Wilmington for a little bit.
like you was just from a rough area in Delaware, and you came over here to Jersey, rich ass Monmouth County, and was hanging out with fucking just
Shell
I don't
shock,
even know.
shell shock. That shit was like. I remember I went to school one time and I was cussing, and everybody was like, I'm like, y'all motherfuckers.
mind you, them the same motherfuckers that curse at their parents.
Yeah, I'm talking about at a very young age, man, like fourth, fifth grade, all them, man. Kids was like squared. Like I came to Jersey and shit was really, 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 really weird and awkward for me because I'm like, yo, nobody was doing what I was doing, bro. We was
Well,
we was doing crazy shit. Now, like people are playing basketball. This is how y'all have fun. I'm trying to
Wilmington.
ding dong ditch. I'm trying to fucking
Yeah.
go to the store and steal some shit. I'm trying to da 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 da. That's why I struggle. Like I struggle transitioning into like normal society as a young kid. That shit was tough, but you definitely can do it. Get yourself around the right people, and then you start to
right.
see. Like I remember telling Marcus, like I would go back to Delaware and like the fucking the hood and shit, and it was like each time I went back, I didn't want to go back again.
Mm.
Like each time I went back, I was like, that's just not. And it got to the point where it was like, yo, I'm good. Like I got a life over here that's working. I'm doing shit. I got friends who ain't wilding out, and I know I ain't going to prison on that shit. So yeah, man, it's you definitely could get up out of that shit. You just gotta find a way, man. Push
It's
yourself.
like it's like
Yeah.
Will growing up in West Philly and then moving into Bel Air and then like having to adjust being in that environment. Like you said, eventually he adjusted to the point where he would go back to visit Philly. It's to the point where he didn't want to go back to Philly no more.
Yeah, exactly.
All his friends from Philly. Only one who was Jazz from Philly?
Nah, I don't think so. He
I
just met
thought he
him.
might have. I don't know. I thought he was from Philly, but
I thought he was
nah.
too.
That's crazy though how society will actually televise something like that. The Fresh Prince of Bel Air was a good show too. It was a great show.
The
But
concept is fire.
I'm saying like, yeah, but it's crazy how that gets televised and then like they turn it into like an American dream story. But then like what about kids that really don't who see that but never really make it out of that?
Because Will had a great opportunity. The majority of kids in that hood do not have.
Who the fuck got a black who the fuck got a no, but it's real, but like how many people from
A
that
rich black
environment have
uncle.
a black a lawyer, your and he's not even your bloodline. He's not even your
That's
direct
what makes
uncle.
it
He
a
your
great
uncle
show.
through marriage.
That's what makes it the show. It makes you think like, oh shit, like
Everybody got a rich uncle that's not really their uncle, who treats you like a son.
everybody got a drunk uncle.
With a black butler.
That's why That's why honestly,
From
throughout the
Britain.
years, in rap music, there's so many Uncle Phil references because it's a concept. Like that's a
Uncle
real
Phil.
concept
It's like
that a
your
lot of
cousin.
people can't relate
First
to
things
because
first,
they've
rest in
never
peace,
had it.
Uncle Phil.
You know what I'm
He
saying?
said, first things first, rest in
It's
peace,
like the Cosby.
Uncle Phil.
The Cosby Show was so big.
Nah,
Exactly.
man.
Yep.
Shout
Same
out to my
thing.
man Bill Cosby, yo.
Shout out to Bill, man. I
Yep.
just
Hey,
Shout out to
yo,
my man.
I
my
seen his
man Bill
mugshot the other day,
Cosby.
and I said, God damn, bro, they got Bill. They got Bill in this.
Yeah, nah, they got Bill fucked up, yo. But
And my
niggas out
man
here,
dirty.
yo, facts. My nigga Bill Cosby went down dirty.
I'm gonna keep it
That's
a
crazy
bean.
though.
At that age, what is you really doing? at that point in your life.
Yeah, man. That's
How old is he though?
Bro, he's
something. Nigga,
I mean blind, bro. He's blind.
yeah, he
I
blind.
mean, that being blind and old, they're not.
He blind. He like gotta be in his 80s or 90s. Gotta be.
In his like
I feel like he in his 80s. I'm gonna look it up right now.
in his mid 80s.
Let's see.
Gotta be in his 80s or 90s. Dude, he's so old to the point where he needs people to take
He
him.
83. He 83, and that's pretty old. But he look older than that. They say
He look older than that. That's the thing.
Man, look, yo.
He looked worse than 83.
Nah. So
He look
this is
older
what they
than
do. The internet wicked though. It say Bill Cosby, American stand-up comedian, actor, author, and convicted sex offender, born in 1937.
Yeah.
They had to do my nigga Bill like that, yo.
But that's what they do to tarnish the whole everything.
Yeah, nah, that's really what they do though.
Not saying nobody gives a fuck about what happened, but it's like
Clearly what he was doing was wrong.
Man,
we was to dig up dirt on some people in politics and entertainment,
music.
In jail.
I'm sure Bill Cosby was not even the tip of the iceberg for that type of shit.
Hell no, we just seen who was the tip of the iceberg.
You know what I'm saying?
And he's the tip of the iceberg, but he had a lot of people on that iceberg with him.
Yeah, bro, the iceberg was
full,
bro.
Who
iceberg going back and forth, picking up new people.
who was in politics, who was involved in politics, who was involved in entertainment, who was involved in agency, who was involved in a few things.
Entertainment, all that shit been wicked.
And it's crazy because a lot of these people who are still involved in it are a lot younger and a lot more active than Bill Cosby is currently. And then we want to crucify him when he clearly is not even actively doing that. I don't even think this man think he even work no more. You know what I'm saying? Like,
well, they said
they had Bill Cosby fucked up, yo.
Trying to buy CBS or
he was, bro. He was.
I believe in shit like that. I believe
Me too.
They definitely.
No, I believe he had. I believe he had the buying power to do that. I think he had them.
I believe that the government, and this people can call it a conspiracy, whatever you want. I believe that the government, offs people when they want to, and not just bullet to your head, but diminish your character, get you up out of a situation that you was gonna thrive in all the time. But people believe in the government so much. When you hear, they automatically call it a conspiracy. This guy, this story is a conspiracy, and that's all you should look at it as. And it's like, no, man. Like, do y'all understand that this world is very complex? There's a lot of people in this world who don't give a fuck about being righteous and telling the truth and doing the right things. They want money, they want power, and that's it.
And there's a lot of people, let's be honest, that look like me and you, that will sit and act like they care about what's going on with us. But in reality, they're doing exactly what they need to do to stay relevant and keep their power and control.
Oh, hell yeah. Facts.
Yeah, they doing everything they can to look good and like try to make it seem like they on the side we on. But a lot of times, Joe, it's weird because Instagram and Twitter and social media in general makes things a weird place, yo. Because what happens is like you get people who pop up out of nowhere one day, and you hear one story about them, and they turn out, oh, that's a great person, yeah, one of us. And then like the next day, you be like canceled, like canceled.
Yeah, cancel culture.
Gotta cancel.
Yeah, the cancel culture don't make no damn sense. How they be canceling people?
It's so extreme. It's so extreme. Like define that person's whole life by that one moment.
Right.
As if we all don't got what is the skeletons in a closet. But like some people just have more than others. But that's like, minor. But like when you talk about just like I said earlier, we live in a country that's really crazy. Like it's crazy in a funny way, crazy in a bad way, but like I don't know. I feel like we idolize people too much and all for the wrong reasons. Like because the motherfucker made a cool music video, because he got money. Like that's what me and Barry always talk about. Like, nigga, no money though. Yo, he get money though. Some niggas fuck with somebody because they fuck bitches.
Oh, and you could go in the comment. You can go in the comment section.
What's that?
Nigga.
Bro, you could go in the comment section right now, and someone's arguing, and the argument ends as soon as somebody says, "But that nigga got money though." He's like, damn, he just killed the whole art. There's no more arguing, I guess now. There's no more rationale. He has
Like that's the trump card.
Really, he got money. So what you talking about?
Yeah, like he'll probably fuck
He
your
might
bitch.
be a pedophile, and that nigga might fuck little girl.
But you know what he do though? He do get that money.
You get that cheese, nigga. Shit.
But that nigga making way more money than you.
Even like people kill America, bro. But like I was thinking this earlier. I had a moment today where I was like, damn, yo, it feels good to be American. Like, because we are Americans.
It feels good to be a black American.
Huh?
It feels good to be a black American.
I was just about to say, I don't even say that no more.
Got a double.
I don't like using that term like a black. What's a black American? I'm American. I'm more American than a white American.
I agree with you. You're right. But white people don't know that.
And they need to start knowing. People need to start knowing. I'm American, bro. Like on top of that, I serve the country. So that makes me. Maybe I have the one up on the average citizen. Maybe. I don't know. I don't want to say I do. I don't like pushing that card around because the way I do military service is completely different.
I see what you're saying.
I agree.
Huh?
I agree with both. Oh, my fault. I agree with. I can't get this fucking phone to set up.
I
agree with both. I said I agree with both stances on that, but I think what happens is a lot of times now, especially nowadays, I think we identify, like I agree with Wes's point, Black American, and I agree with B's point in just being American, because I feel like sometimes what we do is,
what is black?
I think, but like, it's a race, but I was just about to say.
A color that we use to identify with.
And that's just go ahead.
We identify race too much with nationality. Like people look away and then they're not that person. Like they're not away. Like you can look one way and be like, oh, like, well, you're black. And then they'd be like, no, I'm Dominican. And they'd be like, oh no, well, you're like a, what is it? Afro, whatever they call it. Like there's so many ways to identify somebody. It's like, why can't you just be like where you are, who you are, where you from? Like, I'm from Jersey. I'm from America. Guess that makes me a Jersey nigga from America. Like
I want what was you about to touch on, B? Like I think we about to go somewhere with this. What was you about to touch on?
I'm about to go, but this is black.
Word up. This is black. That's black.
This watch is I'm not fucking black. Like, call me brown from now on. Like, I'm getting tired of black. I'm like, yo, I'm not fucking black. Black actually has a color and a name and a definition, and that's not what I am.
Yo, it's funny because like I catch myself using that word all the time.
Yeah.
Just to describe myself and like people who look like me, but like this is really truly how I feel about like the whole concept of race itself. Like, I don't even think I don't even believe there is such thing as races. Like, what is a race? Like, the whole concept, in my opinion, of a race is something that was created by somebody to create division, because why are you identifying by color when you could be an ethnicity and be any color?
Literally, you could be albino and be black.
What I'm saying? Exactly. Like anybody from Africa is African, but you can be African and be any color. So why would I say I'm black? You know what I'm saying? Like, does that mean that it doesn't matter? I can be black and be from Britain. I could be black and be from Europe. But you know what I'm saying? So like the concept of race to me is made up.
Well, yeah, it's a man-made construct.
It is.
They teach you that in social studies. Like that's a man-made construct. Like that's something that man uses to identify amongst people, and it actually creates a hierarchy. Like what happens is like now you'll have a dominant. That's why you have like, oh, what's the word I'm talking about? Start with an M.
Minority?
No, minority. Like now you got a minority and a majority. How is there a minority and a majority amongst everybody? There's one race, and that's human race. So how is there a minority and a majority amongst the same people. Like they
One
all look the
giant,
same people.
exactly.
It's
Exactly.
no matter if you white, black, white, brown, yellow, green, orange, and that sounds real cliche of me to say because you always hear that no matter what color you are. Like, but for real, like,
True.
nigga, you breathe air, you got blood in you, you gonna die like I die, you fucking piss and poop the same way I do. Like, you stand up on 2 feet,
Yeah.
you use your hands, like, you everything about you is me. We are the same. We just look different. But like at the end of the day, nobody gives a like nobody. I'm not. I mean, obviously everybody cares, but like it's really not that
I think
deep though.
the thing too with race is like, well, in this topic is like stereotypes. Like that huge stereotypes are everywhere. And that's why part of me says like, well fuck it, everybody's racist in some way.
And
It's
sometimes they do be. Sometimes they
Everyone's
do be
got
funny though.
prejudice for sure.
everybody
Sometimes.
has some sort
Nah.
of because, yo, everybody uses stereotaps.
I
Well, yeah.
agree.
Didn't I? I said
1,000%.
that.
You're
I
Asian.
said earlier.
Yo, if you're Asian in high school, you're the top of the fucking class. Real
Bro,
talk.
I said.
Or you play
I
the
said
Facts.
or you
And
a mathlete, or whatever the fuck they call it. Like
a mathlete.
if you're Asian, that's
You're
what
black.
if you're black, you got a big dick. That's what everybody thinks, right?
or you're an athlete or you're a star athlete.
You're a star athlete.
You're a star.
Yo, word up.
No matter what sport you play, you gotta be one of the better players.
Or you gotta be making people laugh if you're black. Yeah. If you're white,
Hey, yo.
you're white.
You must be able to dance if you're black.
If you're white, then you better be able to balance the checkbook.
No, if you're white, we don't know.
It could be whatever. It's a toss up.
Can you bake?
Or if you're white,
you can bake.
you can
You
smoke.
can definitely.
I was
I
gonna
don't
say
know what else.
Rhythm.
I don't
I
know.
was gonna say
Yo,
something out
it's
of pocket.
you
I'm gonna
can't
chill.
like nah, yo, because it's not gonna be a white people. It's not gonna be a white people diss track. But like,
No,
it's
that's
really
not
true though.
I'm joking, but in real terms, of like everybody uses stereotypes at some point, and I hate when people try to like act like they don't. Like we do. That's the world we live in. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, stereotypes are a thing. So if we all use stereotypes, then somewhere down the line, you got to look and say, well, damn, like we all have a little bit of racist or something.
This and us, that and us.
And I ain't gonna lie.
Like I said,
when I got friends of other ethnicities, we make jokes amongst each other at times, and it's no.
that should be funny, yo.
Yeah,
It do be funny.
Hey, it be funny sometimes.
It really do be funny. I be laughing.
Really know.
Shit.
I don't.
That should be funny as hell, yo. I ain't gonna stunt like it's not, cause I don't laugh at a few fucked up jokes.
Cause I don't know. For me, I guess I'm big on intent. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like clearly everyone has some type of prejudice, and I understand that.
Yeah.
But if you're not out here overtly like hating on me or hating on my people as a whole, then I don't have an issue with you. But of course, like some stereotypes have some truth to it. So it's like, of course, you know what I'm saying? It's funny at times. Like, how many black people do you know that do not like fried chicken? Let's be honest.
I mean, there's probably a lot of.
How many people? I don't really meet a lot of people who don't like fried chicken.
But I mean, but the stereotype is that black people like fried chicken. That's just a stereotype.
It is, and watermelon. The watermelon I don't get. I heard
I don't know where watermelon came from.
I heard some sick shit about.
Nah, you know, okay. So
watermelon supposedly came from, and this is me going off the top with no research. Just I read some shit a long time ago, like about like
watermelon.
Times people used to eat watermelon and the way they look. I don't know how. I don't even want to say it because I don't know how true it is. But
you said what?
Nothing. It's some shit with slavery or some shit with like back in not even slavery. Back in like the early 1900s, watching a man eat watermelon was like some shit they did, and it was just I don't fucking know. It was some weird shit.
I was gonna say this is.
I don't even know.
This is where the watermelon concept came from. Like in this country at least, like, and this is where it started really. Like, look at this.
Yeah, it was something like that. It was something like that. I think I was about to say something about, but I didn't want to say that shit.
Jim Crow.
Right there. No, but it say you can plainly see how miserable I am. Like this is what stirred that pot.
Yeah, exactly.
All coons look alike to me.
Yeah, it was a
Yo, but
different shit. Like,
bro, they used to make books about this shit, bro. The book said, yo, a book got published that said all coons look the same to me.
That's not funny, but I'm
Yo,
sorry.
what? But you know, it's funny. It's funny in the sense of like it's crazy because that
That's
really
shot
fucking
out, yo. That's really shot
and
out.
that's not, bro. That's not that long ago though. That's not like thousands of years ago.
yeah, nah.
Nah.
But that book came out when somebody my grandma probably knew was alive.
Yeah.
That's real.
Like
60 years ago, 70 years ago.
the book was written in where it say.
100 years ago.
Probably less
Yeah,
than
bro.
that.
My grandma was born in 1930, so she had to know somebody born in 1900,
Okay,
1800.
so yeah, like 90 years ago. 90 years ago.
Yeah.
So, because think about it, if you was born in 1890, my grandma was born. Let's say my grandma was born in 1930. You're
Mhm.
fucking 40. Like, and I think you lived until 40 back then. Like, you'd be 40 years old, and you'd be like, "Yo, my parents were slaves because they were 30 when they had me, and I was born in 1890."
I've been taking, we talking about like slavery. Well, we wasn't really going into slavery. We just talking about a time. But like, I've changed my whole mindset on shit like that. I listened to this one senator talk, or he's running for senator. He's doing something in like Texas, and he said like, he's a Yale graduate. He's a black guy. He's a Yale graduate. Or Harvard, one of them shits. He's running for senator. He was in the military for 15 years. He did like a bunch of shit. Has a company doing all this crazy stuff, and like he's a successful black man in America, right? And like I think today, what we need to do, like what has to happen, is we have to acknowledge how far we have came from those times. Like I think a lot of people not dwell on that shit. Definitely, you should know your history. I don't even want to go into that because that's just self-explanatory. But like where we
Yeah,
at today, yo, it's a lot of successful black people
Yes.
in every field, all around this world, and I feel like we need to build on that.
and a lot of us don't even know about them because we be focused on the wrong shit.
On the dumb shit. So we need to
Facts.
build on.
We be worried about Cardi B talking to Bernie Sanders.
Yeah, but even yeah, she's not even black, but like,
I'm just saying, but I'm saying though, black people look to her like she is fucking black.
they
Like,
do. But like,
so I'm saying like that's all I'm just using an example. But
my thing is we talk about the problems all the time, and it's like, okay, what are the solutions to the problems? I think one of the solutions is our mindset, off rip, how you think about your race, how you think about your group of people, if you want to call it race, whatever you want to call it. But it's like understanding that we're not in 19 or 18 or 17. We're in 2020. Nobody could walk up to Marcus and call you a nigger without getting punched in the face. And nothing's going to happen. You're not going to go to jail for it.
yeah, for sure.
A lot of people allow.
It's like, yo, let's boss up. Let's really do what we got to do because there's people who are doing what they have to do and they have the right to do it. That's why we have rights now. Like our people fought for all of this for us to have. So let's not digress and always think about like, oh, what wasn't, and let's think about what is. Because we got a business.
A lot of people like to use their situation and let that define them.
Bro, we have a
Oh,
business. I'm 27. Marcus, we all 27. And we have a business and we're black men.
That means something, bro.
It does.
That means something, bro.
You couldn't do this
it's
shit.
not even. Yeah, nah, it's not hard. Not. It's not even a successful business like by any means yet. But like, think about how hard it might have been for some. I'm not gonna call them that. For some people back in the day, like 1910, how
Yeah.
hard you probably couldn't even get started business. Businesses is probably something they just tax IDs probably. Let me see. When did tax IDs? When did
Information is a lot more available now too. That's another thing. Like we can go online and we can look up what we need to start a business. Back then, they couldn't do that.
They couldn't. And that's why I'm
They
saying we got
couldn't.
to take
They
advantage.
couldn't go and Google like, okay, so what do I need to make an to get an LLC?
Yeah.
Back then, they couldn't Google shit like that.
Nah.
They might have had to. They might have had to walk 100 blocks to the closest library in their city And you know what I'm saying? And they might not even have had a library in their county. You know what I'm saying? They might have had to walk to another
Bro,
county
niggas.
to get to a library.
Yeah.
But aside from that, though, like, because I think to B's point about showing some recognition to how far we've come, and to your point as well, was you got to know your history to understand how much you've advanced. You don't know your history, or you don't take history for what it really is, and it's supposed to be lessons. You're supposed to learn from history
Yes.
because,
Yes.
and if you don't learn from history, history will repeat itself, right? So if we learn from history, we see how far we've advanced. We're gonna keep that momentum going, which we are. But I feel like a lot of times now with information being at, what'd you say, Wes? Some about information you said?
It's more available now than it ever has been.
Yeah, and with that being a thing, with great power comes great responsibility. And a lot of times you can go on the internet and learn a lot of stuff, but then you can see a lot of things that can sway you into believing that like the advancement never happened, the change never came, and change isn't still occurring. Like you'll start
I
to
see.
think, like, you know what I mean? Like when you
There's
don't know,
so much
when you
information, you
don't,
don't know
yeah,
what's real and
because
what's not.
you're not valuing the history. You're valuing more what you see in today's world. But the history shows that we've come very far from that. Like to B's point. So like the two things connect though. Like, but like somewhere in the middle, people just kind of fucking disconnect, and that's what you see chaos.
Because I say this all the time with y'all. Like, yo, we're a civilized country.
Yeah,
We're,
for the most part, we
Yeah.
just some fucking arrogant bastards.
if I go outside right now, I hop in my car. Let's say it's the daytime. I get on the road. People are stopping at red lights. People are parking in the right parking spots. People are paying their tax. Like they're not making a fuss when they gotta pay taxes at the store. That's 6 cents in Jersey, whatever the fuck it is. People are at work being polite for the most part, handling shit they gotta do, open the door, whatever. We live in a very civil fucking country. It's just
Yeah, for the most
in the
part.
midst of it, shit get fucked up every once in a while.
Shit get real.
That's a valid point.
Somebody pops somebody bang, got shot. Somebody robs a bank because shit fucked up. Like it's the reality of the world, but I want people to really realize that we really are in a civilized area. It's
There are
it's a
a lot
jungle.
of countries that don't even have the type of what's the rule? What's the word?
Like,
Infrastructures and things in place that we have for things to even be civil to the extent that they are here.
exactly, and that's why I said earlier what I said. I was like, damn, it actually is good to be American. Like,
Point.
I wouldn't want to be in a third world country, because like, I mean, we already know what you're getting over there. And there's so many people who take this shit they take this shit for granted. The fact that we could talk, the freedom of speech, the freedom of press, the freedom of all these different things. We're not all the way free. Everything isn't great, but let's build on what we do have. And I feel like there's a lot of people who are going to take it for granted to the point where we probably going to lose this shit. We'll fuck around and lose freedom of speech. Everybody being canceled. Everybody, you can't even
You gotta, man. Look, yo, you talk about our society and our culture in today's world. I say like, man, I just don't. Like I said, the disconnect is real. We think we've all agreed on that before. Like because again, it's so easy to get swayed and pulled in so many different directions. So like you really don't like there's not one sided anymore. It's all fucking lopsided because it's all over the place. Like and that's why it should be getting so messy. Like we are very civilized over here, but like we may not have the same type like and I think because we have so much freedom is the reason why we got so much chaos. Like
I
other
agree.
places don't have as much freedom and they have chaos as well, but like I think again the healthy balance of the two can make this utopia type of place, but that would never be it. The only way it's perfect is if we all fucking just wash away and they start over. And even and then somebody probably gonna fuck up. Because I don't think, again, to Wes's point, people value history enough to the point where you take it for what it is and you learn from it. So the same things don't happen again. So like you were saying, B, we won't fuck around and not only lose the right to speech, but we might fuck around and all just destroy each other.
Might. Technology might do that. Fucking
Technology is doing that. It's not might. It is doing that.
the Earth might swallow a nigga whole. Like that. Yeah, technology is definitely doing it though. Like technology is doing.
Technology is doing a lot. Technology is doing this stuff right now.
I feel like we are the ones who create technology. We are the ones who use it. So we should be the ones who monitor our usage of it and monitor what we do on it. Like,
oh yeah, most definitely.
But
say technology, like you pick up your phone because the phone.
Oh yeah, nah. So
like people are the ones doing the action still.
Yo, but
I think,
so gotta,
but what we need to do, technology is growing at such a rapid rate that I think that we're not understanding
surpassing us.
the repercussions of the rate in which technology is growing to where we haven't done enough studies to where how it's affecting us negatively to where we can put these what's the word, these disclaimers or these limits or whatever it is on certain things to where we're not overdoing it. We haven't done enough homework on the technology where we can put these limits on it to where it's healthy, because I feel like there are some times where it's too much.
So hold on. So like I think what you see happening is a lot of times where people, like, to B's point, where it's like you gotta modify, you gotta be on top of how much you use social media. And like I said with Wes, you said like technology is surpassing us, but like there is a lot of information out there in today's world that shows you how technology is damaging society and humanity. There is a lot of information out there, like a lot. Like there's a lot of it, and like there's a lot. Like it's literally at our fingertips. Like I got my iPad right here.
Mm-hmm.
You see it? You see it?
No, there's definitely
like,
stuff, but there's not.
So like, but I think what's happening is a lot of people, the algorithms, artificial intelligence is intelligence, and it picks up on what you're like. I don't know, like it just picks up on your interest, and it can distract you from what's going on, what's really going on.
Yeah.
Like, oh, just keep scrolling, just keep liking, keep posting, keep watching, like just live in this world, live in this world, live in this world, live in this world.
10 years done went by.
And then now, but yeah, and then you go outside and you don't even know what the fuck going on. I didn't know there was fucking kids getting murdered in fucking Chicago. I didn't know there was fucking 11,000 people missing in fucking West Africa, possibly going for sex trafficking. I didn't know that there was a fucking flame fucking in fucking the beautiful places in the jungles of the world and they were all burning down. I didn't know this was going on. I didn't know black people were dying in the streets in broad daylight. I didn't know this stuff because you were too busy looking at fucking Facebook videos. Like, there's so much shit going on out here. I think like people
they just choose not to. They choose not.
People because we developed this very, very hard shell of apathy. And people just don't care, bro. They don't care enough. It's like they just don't care. So it's like you can literally see somebody burning alive and you will record it before you call for help. People do not care. And then you'll see people who watch that video and say, why wasn't anything done for this person? Why are you watching this 2-minute long video of somebody burning to death?
Well,
then turning around, but then turning around and saying that now you're going to share the video and say, if I had to see it, y'all got to see it too. What the fuck is going on?
Bro, it goes back to being fucking desensitized. Like, and it started a long time ago before social media. Movies.
Oh, niggas was been, bro.
People.
Movies and video games. Movies and video games.
People got this, but so desensitized. Society has never been a sensitive society. We've been desensitized forever, and especially in this country where you think about what it means to be desensitized. Again, technology. We can look up a picture of a group of people hanging somebody from a tree and smiling. Kids hanging from a tree, and people pleasantly having a good time, enjoying it. We can go further back because I don't want to just sound like we just some Negroes out here just preaching into the choir, but you can go further back to like the Roman era and talk about the Colosseum and what that was for entertainment. Like, we've been desensitized. This has never been a sensitive society. But what we have been and what we have proven to do over years is become more sophisticated. But as we become more sophisticated, somehow, some way, again, we talk about disconnect, people become more simple-minded. And it's like, how is this happening? But nobody really, again, we having this conversation just because it's what we do, but people don't really take the second to think about this. And honestly, people who listen to this episode or see this episode probably still won't think about it after this. Some of this shit gonna go over a lot of people's heads. And not because it's that fucking complicated, it's just because people are very simple-minded. And it just, the disconnect is there. And I think the only way for us, I don't think we'll ever have a connect. There's gonna be a lot of clacking. But the changes that come after us, I'm glad I'm not gonna be able to see them. Like, I don't want to see them.
Yeah, we don't know what the fuck is gonna happen, man. I think
Man, I got faith. I got faith.
Is it's just a real thing. But to Wes's point, saying like there has been studies on it, they haven't dove in to diagnose anything yet. There's nothing that says, bro, you're addicted to technology. Because you got, and it's funny because you got porn addiction, you got drug addiction, you have fucking all different types of addictions, but like we haven't diagnosed this yet. And I think because they haven't done enough research on it yet. But I believe in there's a technology addiction taking place right now.
I agree with you, B, and I think that technology it graduated at such a rapid pace that it moved before we could like create rules in place to regulate it.
Yeah. And I think
to really get an understanding of how it'll affect us.
I think eventually
I think eventually
we are slowly now.
I think eventually what really might happen and was like there's gonna be places, and I think Will told me a minute ago, like there are, I guess, places where people go to detox from their phone.
Yes, there are, bro. They're all around the world.
Yeah, like you go there to like you just put your phone
go
for 24 hours and you talk to people.
Bro, I want to go.
And it's like, I don't even know if I want to go. Did Marcus fall?
I do, nigga. I want to go.
I hopped on my iPad because my phone about to die.
Oh, all right. You said you want to go? Shit.
I do. I want to go. I just want to see. I want to be able to experience both.
Yeah.
See.
My bad.
To see what's going, like to see what the difference will be.
And they ain't on too.
Nah, we ain't doing that. I had to get off that one. My phone about to die.
But yeah, I want to. That'll be cool.
That's clutch.
Just for like a case, for like case study purposes, you know.
I would.
Well, you can ask. Well, no, I'm saying okay. So going is one thing. Like going to see it is one thing. You going to be in it or see it.
In it, experience it.
Oh,
I want to experience.
Oh, I want to experience.
I ain't gonna hold you. Yo, Wes, I ain't gonna hold you. Anybody say you like 21 Savage?
Bro, I get it all the time, bro. All the time. Every day.
Hey,
every
yo,
day,
bro.
A stranger tells me I look like 21 Savage.
21 West.
Every day, bro.
Yeah, you really do.
That's crazy.
It's because I got the scar too, so niggas be thinking it's like niggas be thinking that's the shit he got
21
too.
Savage.
Bars for you, bro.
Running on my cars, B. Running.
Nah, yo, my nigga 21 nice, yo. 21 my favorite mumble rapper. He is though. 21 Savage is nice, bro.
He said he's my favorite mumble rapper, but I wouldn't put him in that category.
You said what happened?
I wouldn't call him a mumble rapper. He's a little bit better than that.
Yo, my nigga 21 nice, yo.
I wouldn't call him a mumble
21
rapper.
hard.
He's not a mumble.
I say he a mumble.
Yeah,
I say he a mumble. I say he okay, so I'm not gonna disrespect because he is one of my favorite rappers. I say he one of my favorite like street rappers, like just like street rap. Like he one of my favorite street rappers. Him, Kodak, them type of niggas. Like they really. I can't stand somebody try to put me on
Kodak.
You need to get on that Dave.
Kodak smooth.
Davies cold.
Oh, Davies mean.
Davies cold.
Davies, yo. All right, yo. Davies is nice. Niggas be hating on Davies.
That used to be Marcus' favorite rapper for a minute, Davies. I ain't gonna lie. That was Marcus' favorite rapper for a minute.
Dave East cold.
Dave East is nice, yo.
And he
He
busted.
is.
And he can hoop.
He is nice.
He
at hoop.
verified.
I love artists who build on the court. Kirk O'Banks could hoop too.
Can he? I didn't know that.
Kirk
Bro, go look at
O'Banks.
his highlights. You're gonna be like, oh shit.
Dave East
Nah,
probably
my
one of
nigga
the most consistent
can't
rappers
nobody-
I know.
Nah, can't nobody top my nigga Young Buck.
Yeah, Young Buck wild out.
What?
Young
No,
Buck
bro.
wild
You know who
out.
was nice?
Nah, bro. Where
Giles
this
for
that video
three.
at?
Giles, Cameron.
Oh nah, yo.
Y'all seen that
First of
video?
all, y'all
Giles.
niggas gotta. Y'all look at my nigga. Wait, y'all gotta look at my nigga Young Buck, yo.
I gotta watch that.
Yeah, he really.
The Timbs? You have Timbs on, bro?
No, he banked it flat three. That shit crazy.
Nah, bro. And what?
They
watch
have
the three,
Timbs
though.
on.
Who? All this.
Nigga.
Yeah, he was looked at. That
Yo, nah, bro. He swapped that shit. Yo, bro. He
Don't
swapped
sleep
that
on my
shit.
boy Daylight now. Daylight nice too.
Daylight got it too. But I think
Daylight nice.
I think you gotta put Cole in there. You gotta put Dave East in there. Dave East don't be running with niggas like that though. Like he don't be like Cole
I
actually.
think he out of shape now. I think Dave East is out of
Nah,
shape.
so okay. So let's just make this known for people who like J. Cole. And I see these things in comments sometimes with J. Cole. And niggas be talking about the Charlotte Hornets to give him a roster spot.
No.
Let's stop doing that. The internet has to stop doing stuff like that. I don't want to see that. I don't care if he doesn't even play. J. Cole does not belong in a Charlotte Hornets jersey unless he's in the stands rooting for the players.
Nah. If
No. Huh?
that's my thing.
No. So okay.
Hold up. That's real rap on some real shit. That's probably a.
Yo, hold on.
His shit is called Dream.
Okay.
It's probably a major dream,
Yeah.
right? So I'm not saying, yo, actually try to let the nigga go out there but yo,
What?
put in so much work on the rap game, yo, get that ass, nigga.
Hey, yo, nah. I can see that's like when Drake was out there shooting with the Kentucky Wildcats for what?
That's like Drake when he thought he was playing for the Raptors.
Like for what? Because it's entertainment though. It's a way of like, yo, it's entertaining. So I can see them giving J. Cole that.
So you're saying J. Cole can get in an NBA game and look smart first.
Nah, J. Cole.
He
can
said
get
Master P is the only GOAT for us.
You're saying he
I'm
could get in the NBA game and look the part?
No, I didn't say that. I just said I don't want to see that because it's not going to be anything spectacular.
It's not, but I think it'd be cool. It'd be cool. It'd be entertainment.
That's funny.
I just think
oh my
like
God.
it's gonna if he was in a real NBA game, it's going to slow down the game for a moment that's only gonna last 2 seconds. Like he's either gonna miss or make that corner three wide open. And he better not hit the backboard.
Hey, it was a moment. It was a moment.
Master P had his moment, and we respect him.
But Master P, hold on. Now we gotta look at Master P because Master P didn't get Master P
got buckets
P,
too.
Who?
You got bucket that game too.
I would take.
Hold on, yo.
That'd be dope.
And he had like 6 points or something.
Shit, they put what's the one dude who used to do inside the pen? Rashad, whoever.
Rashad, oh yeah, Rashad.
Rashad, they put that nigga in the game and he slapped some shit.
Bro, that nigga was nice. I didn't even know, bro. He used to be alright.
Nah, he was a baby.
Let's see my nigga.
I can't even see that shit.
I can't see shit, nigga.
Yeah. He's not
Look at the layup though. Wait, yo, Eddie running back tired as a motherfucker, yo.
Hey, yo, man, I need to stop playing. I would take J. Cole. See what's good.
All right, cool. You can take J. Cole. I'll take Daylight.
No.
Where he at? In the corner? Look at this. Come on, yo.
Master P was nice, guy. He got some.
Look at the jab step. Nah, yo, look at this. And he got beat on defense.
He got killed.
Man, it's all good, bro. He for the rest of his life, he could say he hooped in the NBA.
Yeah, Master P was nice.
Yo.
So I'm not gonna lie, he was nice.
Yo,
He was nice.
Nah.
He was down
He was
to
nice, bro.
Yo, he swapped that three, bro. That's
Nice.
Nah, yo, he swiped that bitch. I don't know if Jesus shot that three, but that's crazy because he really
Bro,
swiped it.
nice. He was nice.
Yeah, he was solid.
He got his son
Huh?
nice too. He got a younger son. He like top
Romeo,
like he
Romeo had a moment, yo. Romeo played.
nah, he got no I'm saying he got a young son that's nice though, like a young bull, like he in high school.
Both of his sons, they both solid.
Yeah.
They both
He got two of them, yep. They both in high
probably
school.
better than Romeo, boy.
Yeah. Mercy Miller.
DeMar DeRozan throwing oops at. He looked good no matter what.
Yeah,
No, bro.
Romeo.
Slap a couple of
Romeo.
threes, throw a oop to that.
Nah, Romeo was good enough to play in college. He just didn't like Romeo could hoop.
Nah, that nigga's name was good enough to be on team.
He was all right.
That nigga's skills
Nah,
was not all that.
His younger brothers are really the oldest is better than him right now.
Yeah, right now, like he got some little brothers that are really nice though. The little nigga really is nice.
College.
Not for nothing though. Like you could definitely like come on, yo. Like at that point, if you the third one, fourth one, and your dad played in the NBA, your brother played D1 college basketball, and they got money. If you want to play basketball, you
should be
really
nice.
not that hard for you. It's really not that hard for you to be nice. Like you could really be nice.
You should be.
Like it's funny though because in some niggas like that, like my nigga B was still busting their ass.
Yeah.
Hey,
You got a lot. Nah, I feel you, Marcus. You got a lot of resources, so like you should be good. You know what I'm saying?
No, you should. You know,
Yeah, so I agree.
It don't always work like that.
But you should at least be like, you don't gotta be the nicest, but you should at least have like at least get to play in college D1, D2, or D3. You know what I'm saying? Like
Also,
somewhere.
I think what goes through these kids' minds when they're coming up. Not everybody, not like Steph Curry. You could tell he wanted to play basketball since he. You could tell he was at the game shooting with his brother doing this shit.
Yeah.
Some of these kids, like Michael Jordan's sons, didn't want to play basketball.
Didn't want to. Yeah, I agree. Yep. They didn't even want to hoop like that.
They just was like, yo, I have to. How am I not
name,
going to try to play basketball? And
Eric, it up though. That's why they had some highlight videos of them. They was not that good.
Nah.
But they were good at
Yeah,
they played college basketball, all that shit because Michael Jordan was their dad though.
Yeah, they were decent, but they weren't nice.
They damn near had to play.
Yeah, they wasn't nice. They was decent, but they was not nice.
These niggas had a ball. I remember they had this weak ass 1 minute ball of life video.
I remember Eric Gordon played against them niggas and gave them niggas buckets.
Of course he did, nigga.
Eric Gordon. You know that nigga Eric Gordon gave them. That's what Eric Gordon was like number one in the country, like high school.
Eric Gordon really is nice though.
I used to watch that every high school game, dog.
Dog, he was an animal in high school
because they just was cold with it.
He was a dog in high school.
I loved him in Indiana too. He had a strap.
Yeah, bro, he was a killer.
OD.
But how your dad?
Him and OJ Mayo was gonna be them niggas.
Bro, how your dad was Michael Jordan and you wasn't athletic?
First of all, do you know
my older one wasn't athletic?
Story, bro.
Michael
Jordan's dad is 5'9". His brother is 5'.
He's lucky.
He's sick.
No. Michael Jordan's brother is different, bro.
Michael Jordan's brother was better than him.
What I'm saying.
No, but wait. Look at this. Wait. No. Everybody stop and just look at my nigga. Look at my nigga Michael Jordan's brother, yo.
No, I'm not saying he couldn't hoop. What I'm saying is, why is Michael Jordan 6'6"?
He got lucky.
Like, you're sick.
Ain't no one in his family that tall.
Hands.
Bro, look at this nigga.
Ain't no one in Jordan's family that tall. He had a nut ass growth spurt out of nowhere.
I'm not talking about the height though. I'm talking about the freak athleticism.
I agree, but I'm saying if he wasn't that tall, he would have never made it though.
But all I'm saying is like his kids ain't make it. But like I just looked at a quick little highlight video of them, and I'm like, y'all wasn't even freak athletes. Like the brother in the
like that.
I know, but I'm just saying, like, damn, like
right now is not Sanders is probably one of the best athletes ever.
He definitely is.
Like, all right, bro. Like
that's like
Eric McCollum is a better athlete than CJ McCollum, but Eric McCollum play overseas, and you probably never heard of that nigga.
Well, I know who he is because of CJ McCollum.
But yeah, niggas, if you don't know CJ, you wouldn't know. Eric is the better player. Eric's more athletic.
Ronnie might as well hang it up. Niggas,
Yeah, nah. They be trying. I hate when I see them little post.
Zaire, man, come on, bro.
Nah, no, because it's funny though. Because
Yeah,
I was watching.
it's a dub for Zaire.
I was watching D Wade highlights the other day when he played for Miami when they won that chip, and I'm like, nah, D Wade was really wilding. He was wilding for real. He's still not better than him. I'm still not taking him over KD. I don't care what none of y'all say. I'm taking KD over D Wade any day.
Nah, I'm taking.
I feel you, Marcus. I feel you, Marcus.
Taking D Wade.
Yo, KD at his prime and D Wade at his prime.
What would happen?
I see what
where's KD's
pretty much
prime,
I see both y'all arguments.
Where's KD's
who
prime?
is
though?
the better player? Who is the better player? KD. Who's going to get done what you need to get done? D Wade.
What?
My thing is
who's going to get done what you need to get done? D Wade. Who's the better player? KD.
I'll give D Wade the consideration of the strength that he was very tough for what he did. Like, that's tough. You 3 years in doing that, that's tough. He was wild.
He remind me of Donovan Mitchell.
He did that.
No, Donovan Mitchell
reminds you of D Wade.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Exactly. That's what I meant. That's what I meant.
But D Wade did that, but like then after D Wade did that, what else did D Wade do? Like, KD been doing that.
D Wade was old, bro. You're not gonna lie. You gotta be honest. D Wade was in college for 4 years. So when he got drafted, he was older than everybody else in his draft class. So he had 4 more years of wear and tear on his body than everybody else. So he just honestly, his body started giving up on him before his skills did.
But I want to hear what you said. D Wade in his prime and KD in his prime. KD what would happen? They're both gonna go.
KD would win.
KD would win.
I know, but I was saying, like, who would go further?
KD. Who would go further? I don't know, but KD is more skilled.
But who will go further with what kind of team?
Okay.
Yeah, with what kind of team?
So take D Wade's best season. It's probably 08. And then you take KD's best season. And then you got to think which one of them teams will go further. Only D Wade's defense though. KD had Westbrook. D Wade never had a Westbrook before.
Never had nothing like Westbrook until LeBron.
KD has never, ever, ever led a team anywhere.
Facts.
That's a cap. That's cap.
And D Wade has led a team.
That's cap because
No, it's not.
They definitely made it to the finals. They lost.
But he didn't lead though. But you don't know who. We don't know who led.
Oh,
who was leading that team?
Oh, what you talking about, Wes?
They had James Harden, they had Russell Westbrook, and they had KD. Who was leading?
They did have
them niggas is all MVPs. Who's leading?
They wasn't MVPs together though.
Nigga, they were still nice. Nigga, they were still nice.
I'm saying
them niggas was all just as good. Who was better on that team? You don't even know who was the better player.
So you didn't know who the best player was in OKC.
No.
You did not.
Looking back, no. Looking back, no. At that time, I thought it was KD, but looking back, I don't know who the better player was because we really don't know how nice Harden was at that time. We really have no clue, bro.
KD was the best player. My thing is this: I
say I don't know.
I agree when you say leading because it could anybody's. It's like when Kobe led, he led. It wasn't anybody's night. When LeBron led, he led. It wasn't. It's anybody's night. When D Wade led, it wasn't it's anybody's night. It's always their night. KD, it was always his night, but it was like he could take a back seat. I was watching the Last Dance.
I was watching the Last Dance, and this one dude broke it down so crazy. He said, he was like, we all came to play, but Jordan came to win. There's a difference. There's a difference. With KD come to play. D Wade was coming to win. It's a different game. It's a different game. Yeah. When you come in to win and when you come in to play, it's different. It's a different mentality, bro. It's different. Yeah. Jordan wasn't coming to play basketball. He was coming to win.
So, first of all, we're not even going to – I wouldn't even put –
I don't put Jordan. I feel what you're saying.
I wouldn't put Jordan mentality.
I'm not saying they were Jordan to that extent, clearly.
But nah, because like Jordan, the closest thing you had to Jordan with mentality was Kobe. And Kobe.
I know, but we're comparing Dwayne Wade and KD though.
But Dwayne Wade two
players.
When did
the closest to that? Mindset wise, D Wade.
But when did D Wade came to win? He won a championship, and again, he didn't do anything else after that. No noise after that. D-Wade and the niggas got swept the next year in the playoff. There was no noise from D-Wade.
That nigga wasn't the same, bro.
I'm saying no, but KD took off and he only went up. Fuck where he went, but he only went up. Like you knew KD was here and he was here for a very long time. And KD is still here.
Physical tools is physical tools, bro.
You said D-Wade won a chip and went nowhere. So why is he the number?
I said, and then what? What else did he do before LeBron?
So how is D-Wade number 3?
Because he's talented. He's a talented shooting guard who got 3 rings.
So
because of LeBron.
So where is KD in small forwards?
Talent and talent-wise,
no, I'm talking about small forwards.
All-time small forwards.
Is he over Larry Bird?
LeBron.
I don't know.
He would trash Larry Bird.
He's over Larry
Bird.
I'm saying he's over.
Yeah,
probably. I'd say so.
He is a better basketball player than Larry Bird.
I'd say so.
Yeah,
I don't know.
He's a freak.
So.
Funny because I'm not even big.
Larry Bird.
Yeah, me neither. Saying, me neither. That's why I was like, I'd say so. I don't know.
Big on that. I just wanted to see.
Larry Bird nice, but KD would bust his ass.
I think he probably would. Like
KD so cold,
I just feel like Larry Bird was mad slow for some reason.
He was. It wasn't that he thought. He very much was. But he was nice though. But that's a reason why he was so nice though too. Like he mad slow, but he nice. Luka mad slow. That nigga nice.
Yeah, you're right. That nigga Luka is different.
That's why they compare him to Larry Bird.
I was about to say Luka probably had like a Larry Bird type ambiance to where like he just did shit and you was like, how the hell?
Nah, Luka was nice though.
Dennis Rodman locking all that shit up.
Nah, Luka. Not Luka.
Dennis Rodman
and Scottie Pippen locking shit up.
Not Luka.
Scottie Pippen. Okay, first of all, look up Grant Hill highlights against Scottie Pippen. He used to be working.
I'm sorry. If Giannis not locking you up, ain't no one locking you up. I'm sorry.
If who? If
Giannis is not locking you up, no one from the past is.
Giannis can't lock nobody up. He can.
I think he can. Just off his physical tools, bro. Like what?
Let me be
I'm gonna
be honest. Let me be for real. Like dead ass. Nobody's guarding. NBA players can't guard.
Nobody.
It's just like.
Oh, they can't guard each other.
I agree with that.
But to that point though, them niggas really do be playing defense.
Yeah.
They do be playing.
Now they do.
They do be playing.
The offense is just that elite.
Yeah, it really is.
Like, I mean, niggas take plays off most definitely. You know, sometimes niggas get a wide open shot or somebody get a back door or something like, basketball shit. It happens. But like when you be looking at if you look at highlights and film and watch play, like they really be playing deep. And plus, like, them niggas are freaks. Like they long pause, like they athletic as hell. So like when they do this, like
it's like niggas, 9 times out of 10, half them niggas when they shoot, they can't see the rim at all.
Yeah.
Like, you literally have a millisecond to look at what you're shooting at, and that view is going like that, and you gotta just you got it happens so fast.
You know who the GOAT is though?
I think you really see them play deep. Like, so when I went to the game and we was like damn on the floor.
Yeah, that's when you see it. You gotta be level with them niggas.
I didn't realize how physical like the game could get, especially on players like Kyrie and Dame who were like they aren't.
Yes.
Kyrie.
Them niggas be getting grabbed, pulled, pushed, and like the balance,
they grown ass, big ass, physical ass men, bro, and you gotta really put it in perspective.
Yeah, yo, and they're on and they're not going at 50%.
They're going at 100%.
100%. Everything is
everything you do 100% all the time.
Very slow and easy, but it's like no, he just put his foot into the ground, banged on a nigga who's 6'5", 6'10", went back down the court, ran, came back, swiped the 3, ran, got a steal. Like it's just like damn, yo, this is real high intensity basketball. Like
high intensity.
You talking about my nigga AI?
Huh? No, I was talking about when I was at the Heat.
General.
Dame and them, like the shit he was doing. I'm just like, yo, he's
the defensive schemes they throw out there for these niggas. Like that's why Dame is You talk about Dame. I love Damian Lillard. Like Dame, that nigga nice, yo. He different.
Bro, every time you play the Blazers, the main goal is to stop Damian Lillard. Just think, bro. Every team that plays these niggas, they're like, okay, if we shut down or try and stop Dame, we can win. That's the goal. That's it.
Yeah.
But it's funny though. It's funny though because he go off like that, and then like when he be like, "All right, guys, let's shut this shit down." A team really come along and shut that shit down. Like they be like, "All right, yo, let's get real. The Blazers aren't beating the Warriors right now. We shutting this shit down." And it gets harder, like as you get to the. That's why niggas be like playoff basketball is different. Like
Different it is, yep.
It's like yo, like you get to this 7 games with these dudes, and once they kind of figure out what you do, you got to get better, and you got to find. But that's what makes niggas like Dame so great though, because he's still going. He still get to it though. When he took them
You
fucking,
really wrap your head around that, dog.
when he took the fucking OKC Thunder and bent them over, he clapped them niggas. That was real bad.
Yeah, it was.
That was real. Him and CJ. CJ really nice though too. Though I always say CJ got a deep ass bag
My boy, dog.
that nobody ever recognize. You talk about crafty players, and nobody wants to talk about CJ McCollum or my nigga Spencer Dinwiddie. But
Dinwiddie nice
CJ
too.
McCollum really got a bag, and he got a bag because he's not athletic.
Fans of
He got
basketball.
a
I don't even. Everybody's not fans of basketball. They're just spectators.
watchers.
Yeah, like when you're a fan of basketball, everybody in the NBA knows who's nice. Like everybody in the NBA knows who can go get.
Nigga be like, yo, man.
Rose scored 50. Everyone was happy for him, but like anybody can go out and get 50. Homeboy from the Pacers.
First of all,
Homeboy from the Pacers went off.
TJ
Warren, yeah.
Until Jimmy Butler met that ass again and was like, you still ain't shit.
Yeah, but
like you said, B, these niggas is bucket getters. All these niggas is bucket getters.
Oh yeah, every nigga in the league had a moment in their career where they was a bucket getter. Like Matt Barnes probably used to get buckets.
Yep.
Like, and then some niggas just you get to a level and it's like I can't get buckets like him though.
Yeah, I was thinking about that shit today.
Like
I was thinking about that shit today. Like your career really, like where you get drafted, really, really, really do decide your career because I be looking back and be thinking like, say you're just as good as Ja Morant, right? Yeah. But you get drafted in the second round on a team that's got 2 point guards that the coach already loves, and you know what I'm saying, and they already the coach already know what he already know what he got to do, and they already and exactly, or like you know what I'm saying, like you a good point guard, but you don't get drafted number 1 or in the first round, so you're not gonna get the same opportunity that the nigga who got drafted number 1 is. So the nigga who got drafted number 1, he's gonna get a chance to showcase his full game.
Nowadays,
I got drafted in the second round. Like, I'm not gonna get a chance to showcase my first game because I gotta do what the coach wants me to do for me to get some minutes.
Nowadays,
so it's a whole different perspective.
Nowadays, not even a lot of lottery picks get that opportunity. You go to
it depends.
You just
it really do think about it. Where you get drafted.
Yeah, but think about it though. You just said Ja Morant and the fucking Grizzlies. Like you would think you would go there and have a chance to do something with. Like you'd be like, nah, Ja's our point guard. He's only been there for a year and he's our point guard forever.
You know what I'm saying?
Like, I don't care where you play that fucking. Who's a good point guard coming out of college basketball? I don't even fucking know. I don't even know.
Miles Powell. Fuck it.
They don't have
a point guard.
The NBA has changed in the sense of like teams don't let players develop. So like if you're rookie in your second year, you don't produce, your name is going to be somewhere in a trade. Your name is going to be somewhere just you're not like your whole world is going to be turned upside down because players really don't develop. They don't let them develop.
Brandon Ingram. Look at Brandon Ingram and all them niggas that was in the Lakers. All them niggas that was on the Lakers, they got traded. The niggas is all nice. Ingram is nice. Randall's nice. Like Lonzo's nice. Like all them niggas they got rid of are all nice.
People want you teams want to win now. People don't like the whole rebuild thing. You hear it, but it's like there's no patience with it.
None.
Like the Bulls are like, yo, fuck this. At this point, they're trying to go. They gotta go get somebody because they're like, yo.
They got Zach LaVine, but that's funny though too because like Zach LaVine is a bucket getter now considerably out there in Chicago, and like the Bulls really like they trying to build around Zach LaVine, Like, because like who else are you getting to come there?
Yeah.
D Rose gave y'all all he had. Jimmy Butler got better after he left.
Yep.
And like, like Zach LaVine nice though. He not that
Yes.
he
I like Zach.
he need help though. He gonna need help. You might have to bring in somebody
Kobe
like
White.
Kobe White is nice, but he's not the help that Zach LaVine needs. Kobe White gonna be a nice piece though. Zach LaVine need like if you was gonna really do something in the East, he would have to get like Giannis.
Now
I
look,
only said that because you got a Bucks hat on, but Giannis was.
Kobe White is the type of person I'm talking about when he might get traded.
He might.
He might really be the one. Like they just
I agree.
And it's like, yo, he didn't do y'all didn't
Nothing wrong. He's a nice star, a budding star. He can clearly
though,
play.
yeah.
Can clearly play in the NBA. Clearly.
But they'll trade him to say like, yo, we wanted something now.
Yeah. Yep.
We wanted somebody. We wanted Carl.
Dennis Smith Jr. is the perfect example.
Yeah, it was crazy because
Dennis Smith Jr. Perfect example.
Now.
Perfect example.
We made some moves that got us Luka and all of that. So
we don't care how nice you are. You're not Luka, so you gotta go, nigga.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. Well, I can live with that as a Mavericks fan.
Yeah.
I'm fine with that.
But it's the same. But it's the same
but
concept.
It's not like he went to a team that has star players because Dennis Smith Jr. is who Dennis Smith Jr. is now at this point.
But you got to look at it from his perspective. He went to the Knicks, bro. Like, you know how many point guards they got, bro?
No, you know who you're supposed to be?
First of all, y'all traded him, then brought him back. And then
traded him again.
He didn't, at that point, he didn't want to be there no more. He wasn't going to practice. He wasn't going to games. Y'all traded him and then said, oh, shit. We put you on the block. Nobody wanted you, so you could come back, bro. And he was like, nah, I'm good.
And that nigga was just sitting on the bench. Yeah, he was.
I ain't gonna lie. He was a young player. That killed him, bro. Like, mentally.
It killed him. I agree. I agree. We not saying that I'm mad at the Mavericks, but from Dennis Smith's perspective.
Yeah, that hurt that.
Like, not as a fan of the Magic, but Dennis Smith's perspective, his career might be shot now.
That hurt him.
And you never know.
It
did.
I came in here, I played good. And I know y'all about to go get that boy from overseas. And y'all
Dennis Smith had a really good rookie year, bro. Dennis Smith had a really good rookie year. Like, he had a really good rookie year.
And y'all going to try to bring me back, and I know that, like, this is it?
Well, like, I think, though, like, I think kind of what happened, though, with that is, like, with guys like Dennis Smith Jr., like, bro, like, you can still, I don't know, because he's talented because he's very athletic. Like, he's a freak athlete. But, like, his game hasn't gotten better.
I don't think he wanted to get better no more. I don't think he give a fuck no more.
That sounds like a personal problem.
I don't think he cared no more, bro.
Again, you didn't go to a team that
Bro, you know when niggas start growing the dreads out, they stop giving a fuck about what they're doing.
Yo, he just be jumping around, yo.
When niggas start growing the dreads out, bro, basketball is over. Basketball is the back burner.
All I'm saying is, if I pull up Dennis Smith Jr. highlights right now, I'm not gonna look at his buckets and think, damn, like he type player. I think he would get a bucket off the fact that he was really athletic.
Yeah,
because
fearless.
Because even when he was at North Carolina, like.
Man,
like the first, okay. First of all,
develop, dog. That's
first of all, if you're an NBA basketball player, and I search your YouTube highlights, and the first video is best dunks, because that's really what Dennis Smith Jr. is good for.
That's the first
dunks.
thing you see when you look up Vince Carter too.
His best Vince Carter is different. But like because Vince Carter went to a team that never had nobody. Like the Mavericks had somebody before, and it wasn't no Dennis Smith Jr. It was fucking Dirk Nowitzki. So nigga, who the fuck are you?
And Steve Nash. I'm gonna tell you this though. If Luka never came around, say Luka literally like y'all never we
wouldn't be this good. We wouldn't have KP.
We'd still have Dennis though.
What I'm saying is
we wouldn't have KP.
What I'm saying is if Dennis Smith if there was no Luka and y'all had to settle for Dennis Smith,
he'd still be on that team running the point.
Dennis motherfucking Smith. Y'all would settle for him. Y'all would have. He would have been playing. He probably would have he probably would have been into talking about.
Nah, you kidding?
We would have had Dennis Smith Jr. and Michael Porter.
But what would we have been though?
We'd have been nice. We would have had Dennis Smith Jr. and Michael Porter.
I'm not saying y'all would have been anything, but what I'm saying is y'all got a break by getting Luka. But if he never was available for y'all to get, Dennis Smith would have just been there, and y'all would have had to figure out how to utilize him until, he probably would have been there another 2 or 3
better games.
Y'all got something better. Y'all just happened to get something better right away, and they didn't hesitate on it, and they didn't care about his feelings or emotions. They say, "Yo, it's a business. Get the fuck out of here."
As they should have.
As they should have.
Yeah, they do that. That's what happens. So, like, if you know it's a business, like, everybody say that. Hey, it's a business. It's a business. Everybody say that. Like, so, like, if you go to another team because you got traded, it's a business, dog. You still a basketball player in the NBA. Just if you go and really bet on yourself, and do what you got to do to solidify your spot in the NBA.
It's way
tough. You know how sometimes if you young, Dennis Smith, this is how I feel. Dennis Smith probably was like, you know what? Fuck this league. They don't give a fuck about us anyway, no matter how nice. You know how people get in their head? No matter how nice I get, they going to keep overlooking me. Fuck this shit.
That,
you know
and also,
that could have fucked things up.
To his defense, though, he went to a really shitty organization. Like the
That's
Knicks.
what I'm saying. Him going to the Knicks played a part into how trash he is right now, in my opinion.
He went to a shitty organization.
He's not even trash. He just he like.
I think people don't realize how young these kids are. Because at this point, we could call.
Nigga was what, 20?
Huh?
Nigga was what, 20 years old?
Yeah, young, like
19,
super young.
I think.
And you
come. He's one and done, so he's like 19.
You come from being, the top scouted person, artist, and people, they selling you a dream kind of, and then it's like they rip it from you. It takes a different type of person to say, like, okay, I'm a go here, work on my game, level up, blah, 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 blah. Because you have all the money, you have everything you ever wanted. But now they strip basketball from you in the terms of, like, winning and getting somewhere. And now you're going somewhere where it's like, I'm not going to be doing that.
All I'm going to say is, though, is these Dennis Smith highlights are not impressive.
But bro, like I said, you gotta understand. Like, what are you expecting? Who are you comparing him to in your head?
Okay, hold on. So
he's a rookie, bro.
So wait. I'm looking at him on the Knicks last year. I'm not like,
bro. He don't. So at that point, I think he stopped giving a fuck.
Wait,
I don't think he cared on the Knicks.
Wait, I'm saying though, like, you ever watch a player play and you just so y'all know who Shake Milton is?
Mm-hmm. I like him.
He played for the Sixers. You watch him play, and you like, oh, this nigga getting buckets. He's saying, fuck who got what on this court. I'm going to get my buckets.
Because he almost was undrafted. He was the last draft pick in the draft.
I'm just saying, like, can we – if you had the opportunity and you believed in your ability to get buckets and that was your chance to get a bucket, you wouldn't really go out there and get buckets.
Are you thinking about someone's mental state?
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. You're not taking into consideration the mental state.
Because if somebody's mentality. So if somebody's mentality is like, yo, I'm gonna go get buckets. That's their mentality. If your mental state is like, yo, I'm fucked up right now because I just don't believe in myself and all this shit going on got me second guessing. I don't even know if I can go get a bucket tonight.
I'm not even.
Shake Milton mindset is, look, I ain't never had an opportunity, and I'm about to go create one because I'm nice. Dennis Smith's mindset is, yo, fuck the NBA. It's a difference, bro.
Yeah, bro, I'm not even talking about.
Quit if that's your fucking
preference. On those terms, bro. You got to think, like, we see what Kyrie go through, right? And we see he's kind of like, man, fuck the game at points. We got to forget that. I mean, people forget. We always talk about how people look at NBA players. We're not them people who look at NBA players
these
like
are very tough buckets.
Huh? We're not.
I said these are. I'm just looking at highlights. These are very tough buckets.
We're not those people who look at NBA players as we're not those people who look at NBA players as people who are just basketball players. I always take into account, like, bro, it's people who be going.
That bad jump though. I'm sorry.
You feel me though? Like, niggas don't be realizing they be going through some shit.
Real talk though. That's okay.
Niggas go through shit and niggas have slumps and niggas don't play great.
I actually
people
playoff P had anxiety, nigga.
So like, that's whatever the fuck. Paul George, my boy,
I
but
said,
he was
playoff.
wilding.
He had anxiety, nigga.
He was wilding. But I'm just saying, like, and that's the thing, though. Like, I think so. Hold on, hold on, because wait.
I don't even know what the fuck. What'd you just say?
Because
I said, playoff.
no,
He had
I'm not
anxiety,
even
nigga.
laughing at that though. So like, let's see something real quick. Now I'm gonna just type it because like basketball different now than what it was back in the day. Cause like I don't know. I get why niggas say like niggas is soft. Like because I think mental matters. I think people's mental health matters most definitely. But like you go back to the 70s and nigga, they was taking it all out on the court, bro.
They was.
Right,
It was,
but you gotta understand.
Sometimes
In
nigga.
high school, wasn't no one putting Larry? Wasn't in high school? Wasn't no one putting Larry Bird on commercials like, "Oh, you gonna be the next Drake."
Alongside with that though, alongside with the fact that
That
they
be
was out
fucking
there
these
really,
kids.
huh?
That the all the
But
notoriety they get before
I'm
they reach the
saying like
NBA be fucking them.
along that though, but like look how these niggas used to look though,
yeah, they was looking like old men at like
bro.
25, 26.
I'm saying though, like these niggas was really going through real life shit. Like the world we live in now, like I said before earlier, there's like a real life shit that be going on out here, and then there's like a fantasy world that people live in because they live in a world full of distractions. And like I think because of that, sometimes like it has an effect on us as humans, even the professionals, quote unquote, in the world, that sometimes their mental state gets fucked up. Why? Because they'll go on the internet and see a bunch of shit about them. West just left. They'll go on the internet and see a bunch of shit about them that just isn't real.
Yeah.
And like that fucks with them. So where the fuck did West go? This nigga phone died.
His phone probably died. But yeah, man, like I look at the spectrum of like, man, it's basketball. But when somebody's playing trash, sometimes I get on people, it's funny, whatever the case may be. But I'm like, yo, man, like it's just basketball. You don't know what this man's going through. Like I said, I never played on the level of an NBA player. But
Stardom.
I don't went to fucking games and I didn't eat. And y'all want me to
Oh yeah, that's real.
play?
Right.
That's on a
like,
very low level. But you got games where it's like niggas playing games and some shit really going on and the press is in their face like, bro, you've been playing like shit. And it's like, yeah, I've been playing like shit, but my daughter's sick or whatever. I'm not giving people a cop out, but I'm saying people don't be thinking about that in sports analysis. I know you're just analyzing the game, but they almost forget that like, okay, this isn't a robot. You know? That's why sometimes when they talk about mental health in sports, I'll be like, that's what's up, bro, because these motherfuckers is people, you know. And when you got Westbrook yelling at a fan because he called him a fucking monkey or something like that,
boy.
like, yo, that's normal shit. I don't want to play basketball no more.
Oh yeah, but I think, like I said, I think that like it's taking a different. It's big. Like now, it's like that's the plus side to the world we live in too, is because like your voice will be heard by somebody.
Yeah.
Like somebody out there gonna hear you, like for wrong and right reasons. Your voice gonna be heard. So you have people like, I'm not saying, man, fuck your mental health. Like I think it matters most definitely. I'm just saying, like, you see how the world has changed so much, like within 40, 30 years, and how technology's played a part in that.
Yeah.
To where like now you have to take into consideration the mental health of somebody when they're playing a sport.
Yeah. It'd be
like,
that. Really like that.
before before technology and the advancement and stuff like that, it was like you was going to the arena and they was calling you nigger.
Yeah.
And you had to go out there and you played the best game of your life.
But that doesn't mean that they wasn't dealing with some issues.
No, but I'm saying like they had to go out there and play the best game of their life because like you wasn't making that much money anyway. And honestly, if you wasn't playing basketball, you probably be in jail because this is just the world you live in. Like, so you got to keep playing basketball.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just saying, like, it's so different from like this from back then to now, where it's like, oh, you know, give them a mental health day, give them a rest day, you know, no practice. Like, I'm not saying it's soft. I'm not saying it's better. I'm just saying it's different. It's different.
Yeah.
Everything's different. But you know, that's just because we advanced. Like I said, parts of us in society have become more sophisticated and aware.
Mm-hmm.
And it trickles down into things like sports. But like, I think also sometimes it can become like, I think sometimes I feel like now, a lot of times, not okay. So I gotta word this the right way, but outside of sports, though, I think and mental health, like I said, is important. But like I feel like now sometimes though people almost don't know how to deal with emotions, don't know how to deal with like their feelings, don't know what to think, don't know how to feel, don't know how to articulate it. Like, and now people just like sometimes people just want to be coddled. They don't want to be checked. They don't want to be. It's just like I, I don't know because like too much of anything is bad for us. So like if you're just always mental health, mental health, mental health, mental health, like like peace, peace, like heal, 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 like all this stuff is like. But then it's like people just I don't know. Like I think it just makes sometimes people get a little more soft
Yeah,
and like they don't connect with their harder emotions.
yeah. See, and that's the thing. Like, I think in my life, I've always I've had the hard shell still on me. I think I'm reverse of what you're saying. Like I have to become more soft. So now with that happening, I am more of that now because I'm identifying with that what's going on, whether it's basketball, whether it's football, whether it's just life. I'm identifying with the fact that like yo, because I'm a hard pause nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just how I was brought up. But now I'm realizing like, damn, yo, you gotta tap into that other side sometimes. Even in conversations like this, you
Right.
gotta tap into it sometimes because somebody would get the wrong impression. One, even though we're not supposed to care about what people think, but somebody get the wrong impression. Two, it's like, yo, there's not everybody can be you. Not everybody can walk in your path and do it the way you did it. So you have to have an understanding. I have way more understanding now than I did back then. Back then, I would really like probably make people cry like, yo, like, stop being a bitch, you soft, whatever. You know what I'm saying? But now I look at it like, yo, I'm not gonna pat your head and all that, but I definitely am here, more open minded, listening to you. Like, yo, you told me some shit happened to you, like, what's up? Just because I had a hard, just got a rough upbringing doesn't mean that, I'm any better than you, what you're going through right now. You know what I'm saying? And I find myself now realizing, like, being caught in those moments where I'm like, okay, like, this is my time to be coddling or whatever to someone. This is my time to be that. I never had that before though, because I would tell people like, get up and go. People would ask me for advice or how you went through this and da. And I never had answers for nobody because I never looked for them. And I used to be like, yo, I don't get down like that. I just do what I do. Now I try to draw out of that, like draw back and be like, yo, let me actually, yeah, go ahead.
Nah, I feel what you're saying because I
I
feel
feel like
huh?
I said, I don't even know if I just said anything. I feel like I was just fucking rambling like a mother, but
Nah, you was saying some facts. Like I think like that's important though, but like they talk about like there's two sides to everybody. Like so and I feel like sometimes people like to flip the coin a lot and live on both sides. Sometimes you'll just keep it on heads or you might stay on tails. Like emotionally, I feel like and mentally, emotionally, things like that. Like I have gone through my phases with my emotions and been in stages of life where I'm more emotional versus where I've been in stages of life where I'm more cold. And like I feel like, it those things are meant to fluctuate because that's a part of the journey. You can't just be one way. You can be one way your whole life, but like if you grow up and you just are one way your whole life because your environment produced you to be that way and you never grow out of that, you might never escape that environment. Like mentally, like you can be that's why I say you can't take the hood out of somebody, like because sometimes like mentally they still there.
yeah,
And if you can't if you can't adapt to other areas of life and nature and just be in different environments and connect with those adaptations, you'll be stuck. Like you talked about people being broken. Like that's what that is sometimes though. Like, but I don't think you should be too much of anything because like I always say, it's bad for you. So you can't be too hard all the time. You can't be too soft all the time. You gotta pick and choose because it's just the world ain't like that. The world is not fucking Teletubby land. Like it's
exactly. And it's
not.
gonna come a time where, like I said, it's a time for everything. It's gonna be a time where you have to be like that. I'm gonna have to be like this. And I'm doing a way better job with gauging that. And I feel like, that's what it's all about. Because
Right.
I didn't do a great job with gauging that coming up. And I feel like a lot of kids who suffer from depression or shit that happened within their lives, they are trying to find that balance, and it's tough sometimes because you're like, well, the only way for me to get through this is to be tough. The only way for me to get is to not talk about it. The only way for me to get to, and then it gets to the point where you get a little bit older, and people start seeing that, and especially people you love, like being with a significant other or something like that, and they'll pick at you about it, and it's like you start to realize, like, damn, maybe I am that way, and that's something I need to fix about myself. Now, it takes a certain kind of person to come to that conclusion, because there's a lot of people who be like, yo, fuck you, I am how I am, and if you don't like it, props, you know.
Takes a certain type of person to come to that conclusion on their own too.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
But like, I think, like, to your point, like, you basically, you gotta kind of like, so
I think it's crazy how we went from we went from basketball. I don't even know how we got on this.
And
I don't even know how we got on
I
this.
don't fucking know.
But that's really how
This is
how our conversations be. You know, it's crazy though. We didn't.
Facts though. We did talk about hoop, but we did not bring up LeBron.
We did not bring up LeBron. That's a first. My bad, I killed you.
I think because we didn't talk about LeBron because, like, I don't know, we was just talking about people who weren't as good as LeBron. I don't fucking know. Like, I don't even know how we started talking about basketball.
I don't either.
I think we talked about 21 Savage, and then, like, next thing you know, it was like Master P hooped, and then it was like, but nah, you know who really did used to hoop, and the next thing you know is,
hey, yo, that's exactly.
I don't fucking know, yo.
But
I don't know. That's how it should be, though.
I think we done.
Done up.
Yeah, I think we done. West fucking tapped out. This shit probably died. I'm surprised he ain't text us.
Yeah. Yeah, he gonna text us tomorrow at 1 p.m.
Exactly, yeah, bro. My shit died, bro.
So mad my phone died. My nigga West, God. My nigga West, yo.
Word up.
Yo, that's funny. But all right, yo, we done with this.
All right, bro.
All right.